Welcome to the science of tanning. Tanning is common among young adults and individuals with lighter skin. When you get a tan, melanocytes are producing melanin pigment in reaction to ultraviolet light. The pigments in your skin absorb the UV radiation in sunlight, so it protects the cells from UV damage. This is what darkens your skin, giving you a tan. Melanin production takes time, which is why most people don't show a tan in one day. You have to expose yourself to UV light for a short period of time to activate the melanocytes. However, it takes hours to produce melanin. It can take up to 5 to 7 days for your body to show signs of the full tan. Melanocytes produce two different pigments, eumelanin, which is a brown color, and pheomelanin, which is yellow and red, thus giving you a tan or a burn. Redheads happen to produce more pheomelanin and yet less eumelanin, which is why they don't tan very well. In albinos, the chemical that produces melanin cannot proceed because of an enzyme called tyrosinase. Therefore, albinos have no melanin in their skin, hair, or irises. How does it work? Sunlight arrives on Earth in three forms: infrared, which is heat, visible light, and ultraviolet. Ultraviolet light is classified into three categories: UVA, which causes melanin production, UVB, which causes damages in the form of sunburns, and then there's UVC, which is filtered out by the atmosphere and never reaches us. 99% of the sun's UV radiation at sea level is UVA. It is the UVB that causes most of the problems related to sun exposure, things like wrinkles and skin cancer. One of the interesting things about UV radiation is that it is reflected by different surfaces. This can increase the effects of UV exposure. Snow reflects 90% of UV light. This is why you can get snow blindness and severe sunburns from snowboarding on a sunny day. And then there are things that absorb UV radiation partially or completely. For example, glass. Many types of glass are absorbers of UV. This is why you don't get a tan through your car window while driving. Many sunscreens use chemicals that have the same UV absorbing properties. Fun fact, sunlight, or UV light from tanning beds, affects the pituitary gland, which produces MSH, a melanocyte-stimulating hormone. Since the pituitary gland is tied into the optic nerve, which is in your eyes, this means that wearing sunglasses will make you tan less. Benefits of tanning. Exposure to sunlight has been linked to improved energy and elevated mood. Getting a base tan can act as the body's natural protection against sunburn. Sunlight contains UVB. UVB helps individuals who have seasonal variations in their vitamin D levels and can become vitamin D deficient. Lower vitamin D levels have been associated with increased risks for several types of cancer, heart disease, and bone disease. Vitamin D deficiency may also play a role in autoimmune disease. Negatives of tanning. Frequent exposure to sunlight accelerates skin aging. It can cause skin mutations such as sunburns, moles, freckles, and cancerous lumps. What is a sunburn? A sunburn is a delayed ultraviolet B-induced reddening of the skin caused by an increase in blood flow to the affected skin that begins about 4 hours after sun exposure and peaks between 8 to 24 hours following that sun exposure. When you get a sunburn, what you are really getting is cellular damage from ultraviolet radiation. The body reacts to the cell damage with increased blood flow to your dermis in order to bring in cells to repair the sun damage. The extra blood flow causes the redness. This is why if you press on a sunburned skin, it will turn white and then return to red as the blood vessels refill with blood. Indoor tanning. Indoor tanning is big in the United States. 8 to 20% of adults and 7 to 35% of teenagers have engaged in indoor tanning. Tanning beds are designed to use more levels of UVA with lower levels of UVB on your skin to promote the production of melanin. Indoor tanning increases the risk of skin cancer because it mutates your cells so abruptly. Spray tanning or lotion tanning. Spray-on tans and sunless tanning lotions contain dihydroxyacetone, which reacts with the amino groups to stain your skin brown. DHA sunless tanning products have a number of drawbacks. The effect is temporary, the resulting skin color can look unnatural, and there is an increased risk for sun-induced damage within 24 hours of application because the DHA makes the skin more vulnerable. Cancer. The most common type of skin cancer is melanoma. Melanoma is the deadliest and most aggressive form of skin cancer. It has long been linked to time spent in the sun, aka tanning. Different types of skin cells cause different types of skin cancer. When cancer begins in the melanocytes, it is called melanoma. A team led by scientists from the Broad Institute and the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute have done the whole genomes of 25 metastatic melanoma tumors. They confirmed the role of excessive sun exposure, thus causing genetic changes that were important in the tumor formation. Sunscreen and how to protect yourself from the sun. Cover up with clothes, wear sunscreen, either physical or chemical, stay in the shade, and avoid going outside between the hours of 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., which are peak sun hours.
Created using Powtoon.